The tragic death of Shanquella Robinson continues to haunt me, as her beautiful and bright spirit was taken from this world with no justice served. Despite the passage of several months since her untimely demise, her loved ones, fans, and friends have tirelessly sought to uncover the truth behind her passing. Recently, online journalist Nancy Grace and Shanquella's lawyer have potentially unearthed crucial details that could aid in solving the case. The family of Shanquella Robinson, who was slain in North Carolina, has been tirelessly advocating for answers and has even reached out to the White House for support. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at Nancy Grace and Shanquella's legal team expose Cabo 6 in latest podcast. Yeah, you heard it right. Shanquella passed away on October 29, 2022, just a day after traveling to Cabo with 6 friends. There have been conflicting reports surrounding the circumstances of her death, with police records, the death certificate, and accounts from Robinson's friends all varying in their explanations. According to a family member of Shanquella, the group claimed that she had died from alcohol poisoning, but this is not mentioned in the police records or the death certificate. The police report does indicate that a doctor who responded to the vacation villa observed that she appeared drunk, and unfortunately, Shanquella passed away in the presence of this doctor, who had been on the scene for approximately 3 hours. The death certificate stated that she died from a severe spinal cord injury. It is a tragedy that such a bright light has been extinguished, and the hope remains that justice will eventually be served. Evidence shows that Shanquella's death was not caused by alcohol poisoning, as claimed by some of the individuals present on the night of her passing. Her autopsy revealed an atlas luxation, indicating that her first vertebra became detached from her skull. The group that traveled with her to Mexico has been apprehended, including the individual captured in a viral video beating Shanquella in a hotel room. While not all female homicides are gender-motivated crimes, Shanquella's death has been classified as a femicide by the State Attorney General's office in California. Attorneys Ben Crump and Sued Robinson have sent a letter to President Joe Biden and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, urging the White House to take action in Robinson's case. They propose that the federal charges be brought against those responsible for Shanquella's death, as evidence suggests a transnational aspect to the crime. Shanquella's mother and her lawyer have also shared new information about her passing with legal pundit Nancy Grace and are calling for an arrest warrant to be executed in the hopes of achieving justice. The family is also hoping that individuals with more power can step in and take action, whether by extraditing Shanquella's killer to Mexico or having the US take jurisdiction of the case. In an episode of the Crime Stories with Nancy Grace, Shanquella's mother, Salamandra Robinson, explained that she wanted the letter sent to the White House in the hopes of achieving justice and that individuals with more power would step in and take action. In March, Mexican authorities provided an 18-page information packet to U.S. officials identifying Dejanay Jackson as one of the women who traveled to Mexico with Shanquella. Jackson was listed as the individual caught on video beating Shanquella in a hotel room, and hotel employees directed authorities to the group's registration, which included their names, addresses, and passport numbers. Questions have been raised by supporters regarding the initial treatment of the investigation and the lack of action against the 6 travel companions who were absent for over 2 hours despite Shanquella trusting them enough to travel to Mexico with them and share a villa. The Cabo 6, as they've been called, have been widely criticized and accused of dishonesty and suspicious behavior. Weeks after Shanquella's death, her parents discovered that her travel companions had lied about the circumstances surrounding her passing. The 6 travel companions initially told Robinson's parents that their 25-year-old daughter had died of alcohol poisoning. Connie Cook, who was one of the travelers and supposed best friend of Shanquella, brought her luggage and other belongings to the family's home and spent every day comforting them. They even picked out clothes for the funeral that they planned to attend. However, when the death certificate arrived and showed that Shanquella had died from a broken spinal cord and neck, they disappeared, which seemed suspicious to Salamandra. Shortly after, Salamandra received a video showing another woman attacking Shanquella while the other stood by and recorded the incident. Salamandra believes her daughter was beaten to death as she wasn't even fighting back. The Mexican authorities have issued an arrest warrant for femicide murder against a woman, and the Charlotte FBI field office has opened an investigation into Shanquella's death. However, the details of the warrant and the investigation status remain unclear, and officials say they must extradite the suspect listed on the warrants so that they can face prosecution in Mexico. In the meantime, Shanquella's parents are pushing for charges against everyone in the group for their involvement in her death. The family is still mourning the loss of their young daughter, who was an entrepreneur and business student. They're questioning why authorities are taking so long to make an arrest. This hurts, said Bernard Robinson, Shanquella's father. She was my only child, she had so much going for herself. Some at the rally questioned whether the investigation into her death would have been handled differently if she were of another race. The story gained global attention after Shanquella's mother came forward, and Black Twitter kept the conversation going with retweets, comments, and hashtags. The event brought together community leaders, activists, and concerned citizens. So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so that you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section down below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video.